Hello and welcome to the Irish Independence coverage of Euro 2024. My name is Seán O'Connor. I'm joined by our man on the ground in Germany, Dan McDonnell. And Dan, there just seems to be something about the underdogs in Gelsenkirchen. You mentioned earlier on that the last time you were in that stadium, a certain John O'Shea scored a famous late equaliser for Ireland against Germany. But this time it was Georgia's turn to shine, upset the odds and defeat Portugal 2-0 to reach the last 16 in their first ever European Championship appearance. What an incredible story.
Yeah, I think to be clear, we just cannot put one of Ireland's famous 1-1 draws, as good as it was, in the same bracket as tonight. That was a qualifying game and this was Georgia going and winning, and it was a momentous moment. Like, this was their, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, to go back to Irish terms, their Stuttgart or their joint stadium or all the reference points, Lille, whatever you want to pick. And I think the best thing about the Georgian thing as well is that it wasn't quite a backs against the wall show. Okay, there was defending about it, there was throwing bodies in front of tackles. I understand that, but there's a bravery in their attack and play, a bit of flamboyance in how they play and how they break, and also the fact that really they ended up in a winner bust situation. But if they'd taken their late chances in their previous two games, they wouldn't have needed to win tonight. And they are like a terrific. They've just brought terrific joy to the competition. I mean, this is a team who, got in through the Nations League C route, so they're the lowest ranked team in it in terms of how they got here. They, in regular qualifying, are beaten 7-1 by Spain, who they'll play next. 9 points behind Scotland, who still haven't got out of a major tournament at 12 goals, a major tournament group stage in 12 goals, and Georgia have got out in their first. But they haven't done it by being a grueller. They haven't done it by being Greece in 2004 or something. They've done it just by sort of this ability to have to counter at pace. It's sort of exhilarating, and the noise, the atmosphere, their fans. I know the group stages, maybe there was some poor games towards the end. I think overall, though, it's still been decent, and that was a great game to finish it on.
Yeah, you mentioned there Georgia advanced to the last 16 where they'll face Spain. We'll come on to have a look at the last 16 fixtures in a second, but just looking back at the group stage, who impressed you? Spain taking 9 points from 9, Germany 7 points, other teams struggling like France and England. A couple of shocks in there as well, just looking back at the group stage.
Yeah, I think it's always hard to judge maybe form across groups. I mean, it's clear that some groups have been better than others. I mean, definitely, I haven't been at a Spanish game other than the Albania one, where they were very good, very fluid, and probably efficiently sort of killed off sort of a lower team, killed the drama in a way that Portugal didn't by giving Georgia the second-minute goal tonight. But it's maybe hard to judge Spain on the basis of that. They've obviously been very good in their two games. Germany as home favourites. I mean, they were very good in the opening night and sort of motoring through it. But you can't get away from the fact that a lot of these teams were in one half of the draw. And this is where we are at the end of this round of 16. I mean, even tonight, the only sort of weird caveat to the whole Georgian story was thinking, this means England are going to play Slovakia now in the round of 16. And while they did celebrate playing Iceland in 2016 and then lost, it looked like things were falling their way. It is sort of remarkable that probably in the bottom half of the draw, you have a situation where I'd say the best team so far, I mean, Belgium were booed off the park today, and they've sort of been sent in a different direction anyway. Like the best team in that bottom half of the draw is, on performance, has probably been Austria. They've been really good to watch. And the slight fear you would have about Austria is that sometimes with these underdogs, they just, and I say they're underdogs, they're still a powerful football nation with players at top clubs, but sometimes they run out of steam later in the competition because it's taken so much out of them to get them, and they've almost peaked too early. And it is possible that maybe we talk about maybe to look at it through English eyes. I mean, I do expect England to improve. They have to improve. I mean, maybe they won't, but it is possible that Italy, will improve as they go on. It is possible that the Dutch even, when they sort of soul search after the Austria game, I think Gary Breen's comments in their defence has aged quite well. That maybe they'll look at playing Netherlands. Sorry, they'll look at playing Romania in the round of 16 and maybe draw some momentum from it, so that maybe there's more going on in the bottom half than we think. But at the moment, it looks like we're going to have these blockbuster quarterfinals in the top half of the draw, and who knows what we're going to have at the other end.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking the last 16 beginning on Saturday with 2 games, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany against Denmark. But just looking at the last 16 in general, a few good ties in there. France against Belgium, Austria against Turkey. You mentioned Austria there, but that's some draw for England, route to a possible semi, they'll hope.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I mean, the thing is, the semi-final. I mean, you may as well just think about the final now, really. If you're going to be,
Sure, they probably have already.
Well, I think some of the pre-tournament stuff was about the road to Berlin, where they couldn't actually play until the final, if they won their group. But look, I mean, England, they probably can't play any worse, and they haven't conceded a huge amount of chances. So you can concede, you can say that they're crafting a knockout team, that could still go far in the competition. I mean, then you have the evidence of your eyes and the fact you have it improved from game to game, and you think, where can this come from? But Slovakia is not a bad game to land on. Although maybe again it's a team that will just sit in against them a little bit and frustrate them. But I think Germany, Denmark, the Switzerland Italy game is probably one. I mean, Switzerland have probably been better than people expected beforehand. And they could pose Italy problems. Like Saturday's games actually are quite good. You move on to Sunday, you'd still expect England to do a job on Slovakia, and I think we have Spain, Georgia then on Sunday, and then the games I'm going to be going to, it's going to be Austria against Turkey is on Tuesday. That's on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then on Monday,
France, Belgium, Portugal, Slovenia.
Yeah, and then the other game on Tuesday is we've got Romania and Netherlands. So, I think France Belgium has probably got the potential to be one of the more interesting games that are around, because they've both been quite poor. But France need to find a little bit of form. It's stating the obvious. Mbappe not looking hugely comfortable in that mask. Belgium, I still think they're shaky at the back, but look, it's building up nicely. But the slight regret that maybe it might end up being a little bit top heavy.
Yeah, just finishing off, Dan, you have a couple of pieces across the Irish Independent across the next few days, and you'll be going to a couple of games as well, of course, just for people to keep an eye out in print and online.
Oh, yeah, keeping busy. I've been in Leverkusen for 8 days. I'm checking out of there now, taking a little bit of a break from the travel, and be back at it for the knockout stages. But yeah, I'm at the France-Belgium game on Monday, and Austria and Turkey in Leipzig on Tuesday.
Great stuff, Dan. Great to chat to you. Thanks for that. You can keep up to date with all the latest Euro 2024 coverage on the Irish Independent's website. Thanks for watching.